we begin with boosting Philadelphia, making life better for people who live here. The issues Pennsylvania Congressman Dwight Evans says he's trying to tackle in Washington to make that happen. Evans, a Democrat, also wants to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, reduce gun violence in Philadelphia, pass his Resources for Victims of Gun Violence Act, and he wants to see his Crown Act bill become law. The bill bans hairstyle discrimination. It passed the House last year. With me now is Congressman Dwight Evans. He serves the 3rd District, which includes most of Center City, West Philadelphia, parts of North Philadelphia. Congressman, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
I know you have a lengthy agenda. You're also on several key committees with a lot of power, including Ways and Means. So overall, how is that power going to benefit the people of Philadelphia?
Basically, I view that it will benefit the people of Philadelphia by attacking the question around poverty. That is a huge issue in the city of Philadelphia. You're talking about 23, 24%. But when you put the combination of the pandemic on top of the poverty, you really have a very difficult issue. That's why the American Rescue Plan is very important to the overall strategy to beating back the virus and helping the people of the 3rd Congressional District. You know, my focus is working on housing, on healthcare, on small businesses. And those are all of the building blocks to building back better in the city of Philadelphia.
But the pandemic, for sure, first thing, and I know that's at the top of people's minds right now, and I'm going to talk to you about the vaccine rollout in a second. But can we start with gun violence and the impact on people across Philadelphia, especially teenagers? 2 teenage victims this week. I know I don't have to tell you that people are angry, they're scared. What can be done about this?
Well, you know, first, I don't disagree that it has to be a collective effort. The state, the federal government, and the city, we have to work together. And then we passing some laws in terms of the issue of the question around how to attack the guns, meaning giving more authority to our locals. I believe very strongly, university background check, allowing you to sue the gun manufacturer. Those things are very important, and those tools are essential. But it really is the collective effort of the city, state, and the federal government working together. The city by itself, and this is not just a unique problem just to the city, is all across the nation. No, we should not make any excuses. We should try to deal with it. But the fact of the matter, we know it's not the easiest to deal with, and we're going to keep trying to pressure with some of the things I just told you about, some of the legislation we will pass.
Let's move on to the minimum wage. That's increasing the minimum wage, and that's been debated for a while as well. You'd like to see a boost to $15 an hour. Right now in Pennsylvania, it's $7.25. Obviously, many workers would like to see that. But small business owners say they're already struggling. This will hurt them even more. This has been sort of a back and forth, and is that number the right number? What can you say about that?
Basically, the fact of the matter is there's nobody who can live on $7.25 an hour. That's just outrageous. We need to increase the minimum wage. It will help the economy. It will put more money in people's pockets and give them a chance. We just had a hearing in the Small Business Committee on this very same issue. And in various states that you can have longevity of employees working if you raise that minimum wage. It's outlandish to have that kind of salary. People can't live on that.
And what do you say to small businesses and small business owners who have already been so burdened by this pandemic?
Well, you know, certainly we need to try to compensate small businesses. We are through what you call the PPP program, the EIDL program, those programs that we're trying to help the small businesses, and we think that's very important. Our small businesses are a key to our economy. So it's not like we're not sensitive to small business. We got to do both. We got to stop this either or approach. We got to have an approach that basically try to help these small businesses. Small businesses are very important to our region, and particularly to the city of Philadelphia.
Let's move to another topic that I know is important to you, the passage of the Crown Act, which bans hairstyle discrimination. Do you see the Senate passing that?
They should, because there's a form of discrimination when individuals take that action against people just because they wear their hair a certain way. That's outlandish again. We should not be embracing discrimination. We should outlaw discrimination. So the fact of the matter is, I'm strongly supportive for the Crown Law, and I stand tall with passage of that law.
And now let's talk about the vaccine rollout, which across the state, I think I've heard from viewers, I'm sure you've heard from constituents, it has not been an easy rollout. People are struggling to get an appointment. People are struggling to get their second dose. Where are we with that?
Well, I don't disagree with you that the rollout has not been what it should be, but I think we got some models right on here. I use the Black doctors as an example. They have demonstrated very effectively in terms of being out in our communities, and I applaud the Black doctors for taking the lead that they have. We need to form alliances with them. We need to promote the Black doctors. I've spoken to the White House director on this particular issue. I brought that to their attention. I share with you, as the president says, it's moving, it's working, slowly it is. It should have been in a better position, not a question about pointing fingers. But I say to you, I spoke to Dr. Farley in terms of the health commissioner. We spoke to the White House director on vaccines. It's that kind of effort of bringing it together to get it done. We have to get needles in people's arms. That's why the president wants to pass this relief package, because there's money in the package relating to the relief aspect. So we got to do it, and got to do it now.
And what's your best advice for your constituents who are trying to get the vaccine?
Well, I would say to them that, you know, at least through my office and all offices, we're working literally around the clock to ensure that vaccines are available. We're trying to make sure that we get needles. We're trying to make sure equity is involved in terms of putting the needles on the arms. So I share with you that I've been working with pharmacists, hospitals, every source. I sit on the subcommittee on health. So I assure you this is a #1 priority for me, because you cannot build this economy back better if you don't address the health issue. So it's important to address the health issue, and particularly in communities of color. You know, the essential workers, the people out there every day. I want to thank them for what they do every day. You talk about the people out there, it's important. So in terms of building this economy, it's crushed the virus, and it's making the investments in the lives of the people who drive our economy.
Congressman Dwight Evans.
That's why wages are important.
Congressman Dwight Evans, thank you so much. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.